Welcome, everyone, on this Thursday, January 6th, 2022. Your life, your amazing life, your amazing leadership. Leadership, what is it? It's how you lead yourself, how you show up for yourself, who you want to become, your decision making, how you want to feel, what you want to create for yourself. And I thought we could practice that by setting 90-day goals every quarter. And I'm offering it to all of you and any of you who want to join me on discovering how to set goals that you're actually going to fulfill, right? Instead of just like, oh, it's a resolution time. What are my New Year's goals? And you write down a bunch of things. I want to lose 10 pounds, or I want to find my mate, or I want to have XYZ for my revenue personally, professionally, or I want to have a different team. Whatever your goals are, I love that you want to set goals, but I want to encourage you guys that there's a way to set goals that you will actually achieve them. We haven't been taught this in school. I had to learn this, I want to say, the hard way. I had a hard wake up, guys. I had a hard wake up because I was the overachiever's overachiever, just like you. For 40 some years of my life, I had accomplished so much academically, musically, sports wise. Like I nailed it. Professionally, I can tell you all the things that I did. And it's just my crazy overachieving ways. I was first year violinist. I was a great sprinter on my track. I was the best salesperson when I sold mainframe computers. I had my own business that I started and made $1 million in 5 months, starting it out of nothing, because there was, and during 2008, there was nothing that I wasn't going to be the best at and win at, until when I decided to start racing my bike at age 42, which doesn't typically happen. I was number 2 out of 998 women. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just trying to tell you that I was the one, just like you, that's striving to get goals done, to achieve, to win. But I always felt like there was something missing inside. There was always this bit of anxiety that kept pushing me forward, that wouldn't let me sit and rest, that wouldn't let me totally take in my win, because I was on to the next thing to achieve. Until I wasn't able to keep going. You see, almost 9 years ago, I was in a really big wreck. I was racing my bike in Chicago and I got hit by another cyclist in the race. My brain bounced from the back of my head to the front of my head as my skull cracked open. I hit the curb, shattered all of my ribs on my right, separated my shoulder, punctured my lungs, started convulsing on the side of the road. The race doctor came to try and save my life. I was taken to a Trauma One hospital in Evanston at Northwestern, near Northwestern Hospital, Northwestern School. My family was called. The doctor said, you need to get here. We don't think she is going to make it. Her brain is too injured. You see, I did, of course, I won, guys. I won at almost dying, right? That's kind of funny. But I woke up out of a coma. I had a hard wake up. That when I got out of that coma, I had to learn to walk, talk, and cut my food again. I was in therapy 3 to 4 times a week once I got out of the hospital. I was in the hospital for a month, and then I was in therapy for 8 months, and the doctor said it would take me 3 years for my brain to heal. And I said, hell no, it's not. But I also knew that there was something in my life that was given back to me. There was something more than achieving. There was something more than winning. There was something more than setting goals to get to the next goal. There was something more to my life, and I wanted to know what it was because I didn't want to miss it this time. And I'm inviting you guys to join me on this 90-day goal journey, purpose-filled journey. Purpose-filled because you have purpose, because you are purpose. You are enough. You are like no other in the whole world to live a purpose-filled life that's beyond getting stuff done. And I believe that's why my life was spared, to help you discover yours, to help you live beyond being the best leader, the best CEO, the best business owner, the best whatever your role is in this world, even the best dad, husband, wife, mom, sister. It's more than that, guys. You have this desire in your heart. Go on and check. There's something that lights you up. There's something that brings you fire to your belly since you're little one, that you love creating. It was fun. It was playful. You love doing it. And could do it for hours. You could do it for hours. You're out playing with your friends, and there was something you just loved doing. And then you little by little started to lose that. You went off to school and you were told what it was to be successful. You were told what it was to get a certain grade. You were told what it was to get to first grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, how to graduate from high school, what it took for you to get into college, what school you wanted to get to. Then it was like, what grad school do I want to go to? Then it was, what company do I want to work for? And then it was, how do I get this client to be my client? How do I get my boss to be happy with me? How do I get to this certain revenue goal if I'm a salesperson? How do I lead my team? How do I get my team to listen? It's always some kind of goal. How do I get this husband or this wife or person to marry me? Or like, we're always on to these goals, and it's never satisfying. It's temporary. And we kind of lose as we're out striving out there, getting something in order to be enough. I want you to stop and listen to that little one, the young one, the playful one that is enough just because of who you are. And how can you create your moments, your days on this very present moment that you are enough? And how do we come back? How do we rewind and slow down and stop and kind of start over? And how did we get here? So I'm going to tell you that all of us are wired the same. We have a brain called a small part of our brain called the amygdala. It's beautiful. It's our safety feature. And this is biology, guys. This is neuroscience. This is biology. And this little part of our brain, its main job is to keep you safe. And when it's in that mode, which it is all the time, we go into this unconscious habitual pattern of following this safety feature. That's its main goal. Its main goal is to keep you alive. Its main goal is to protect you, to keep you physically safe. When we are in that physical safety, what it does, that part of our brain is looking outside. It's scanning the world. It's scanning your environment. It's scanning the people that walk by you. It's scanning your friends. It's scanning your spouse. It's scanning your coworker. This is all unconscious, guys. It's just an automatic safety feature we have. It's scanning for threat. It's scanning for what could happen, what's wrong, how you're wrong, how something might go wrong. And so it does this kind of like this danger Will Robinson alert all the time, scanning and surveying. And then it locks in on something. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, you better do this, because if you don't, then XYZ is going to fall apart. Oh, if you don't send this revenue, then you're not going to succeed. Or, oh, if you don't tell so-and-so they better do this, then everything's going to fall apart. Or, oh, you really can't stop and rest, because if you do, then something is going to happen that you're not going to be happy with. Like, it tells you all these stories. These stories the amygdala generates are safety, negative bias stories, thoughts. And it has about 60 to 65,000 thoughts that come whipping at you during a day. Safety thoughts. And we're unaware of it. And then what happens is we react, and we go into autopilot mode reactivity. And that automatic reactivity pilot mode gives us this fear alert, this stress alert, this anxious alert, this frustration alert. That's what happens inside of our bodies. Well, we are not having to be at the whim of this little part of our brain. This is called consciousness. In our unconscious state, this is what drives us. My work is for you to wake up to your consciousness, the part of the brain that's beyond the amygdala, the part of your brain that can go beyond just that small thinking, the part of your brain that can observe your unconscious state. that can observe your feelings that are generated from your thoughts. Thoughts generate, and then from that come your emotional intelligence, your energy of your emotion comes up, and then your behaviors. You can observe all of this if you pause and start to respond instead of react to the amygdala. So I'm just giving you a lot of science here. When we plan our 90-day goals coming up, it's going to start January 11th. So guys, sign up right now. Reach out to me if you're not sure what this is about. If you want to know more, get on a 15-minute call with me. Reach out to me at Deborah@sunderlandcoaching.com. It's DEBRA@SUNDERLAND.com, or go to www.sunderlandcoaching.com/goals. I'm offering you this way to practice getting out of this state of reactivity by setting goals that are from your heart, not this reactive state. How to be responsive and thoughtful, and clear off your calendar that has a lot on there of, I better do this, I should do this, if I don't do this. A lot of that stuff's already on your calendar, automatic things that you put on there that you haven't even thought about it. And when you look at your calendar that you're setting and your goals, there are a lot of those things that keep you busy. And then you don't have a place in your calendar to set what you most want to set. You don't have purpose-filled goals. There's no time for intentional, purpose-filled dreaming, intentional, purpose-filled goal setting, and even fulfilling those goals. So we're going to first start to look at how can I start to clear off some of my calendar. Either it doesn't need to get done, or someone else can do it, whether that's at your work or personal, and for you to start to listen to what lights you up. Let's just look at what lights you up relationally, what lights you up personally, what goals you want to have for your health, what goals you want to have relationally, what goals you want to have for your finances, what goals you want to have to impact the world, what goals you want to have for your work. And there's an excitement. If you sit and think about it, you have a desire around all of those, but you tend not to even take time to listen to what lights you up because you're so busy doing those other things you think you have to do. So we're going to start to practice around what if we have enough right here and now, have abundance and safety already right now. It's not something we need to go and get to keep us safe. What if you're already safe right now and you do have enough right now? Which is hard to believe for most of us, but it's true. The ego says no, the amygdala says no, but the opposite could be just as true in this now moment. We're going to learn how to make present decision-making for the future. That's not reactive, but responsive, and ones that excite you, because you're only going to fulfill goals that excite you. You're only going to fully complete goals and tasks that excite you. And the ones we typically put on our calendar are ones of should and have tos. And they're like, I don't feel like really doing it. I told myself I want to lose 10 pounds, but why do I really want to do that? Usually it's because you want to be accepted by someone or you want to look better. So whatever, someone might look at you differently, right? We all do that. No judgment, no shame, no blame. We're all the same. So I want you to pick 3 goals your first quarter that you most want to set. And we can do it together if you're not sure what you want to do. It's going to be an interactive live on Zoom twice a month on Wednesdays. And you get to pick, there's going to be 3 offerings and you can pick 2 out of the 3 each month. And in March, I'm going to actually offer 3 coaching sessions that you can join. And you're going to start to learn tools to get you out of reactivity, to get you to presence. And so what that means is I'm going to read through what you're going to learn to dream big and listen to your heart. It's going to be scary because it's a new way of making plans. We've been used to using this little part of our brain to make plans, and that hasn't worked, guys, right? Because you're still getting results you don't want. So we're going to look at results you're not getting and how you unconsciously create that and how to flip that, how to flip what you do want and how to be conscious and make those decisions. You're going to learn how to use your emotional intelligence. I studied with Dan Goleman a bit at NYU last year, and how we can use the emotional intelligence. This is even greater than our thinker, how to apply that to our goal setting. We're going to learn how to discover our inner dialogue, what we tell ourselves, and how that's not serving us well, and how to switch. This is neuroplasticity, how to start retraining our thinking of what we do want to tell ourselves, and how to make that our automatic, and how that's going to bring us different feelings, different actions, different behaviors, and guess what? Different results. We're going to learn how to be self-aware, how to be present, how to be self-aware, how to use all 3 learning centers. We have 3 learning centers. We have IQ, EQ, and BQ. IQ, you already know what that is. It's your head. EQ, which is your emotional intelligence, and BQ, which is your body intelligence. We have so much wisdom that we haven't used. We haven't been taught that. And actually, they're stronger than even our IQ. We're going to use that to our learning and our planning. You're going to learn how to practice. This is all practice, guys. There's no right or wrong. The ego wants to judge. Remember, it wants to judge you're doing something wrong, someone else is doing something wrong, something might go wrong. We're going to learn to get out of that little tiny box of judgment to how can I have so many opportunities right here and now? How can I create out of abundance? And how can I practice that? How can I practice shifting from scarcity to abundance? Scarcity thinking to abundance thinking, because scarcity thinking breeds scarcity results. It's impossible to get abundance and opportunity out of scarcity. It just is. But until you're getting out of this small part of our brain, you're never going to get the results you want. It's impossible, guys. It's really impossible. And I want you to live a life of abundance. I want you to live a life of joy and peace and fun. And the only way to do that is to practice. So come practice with me. We're all going to learn together because we all have the same part of the brain. It'll be interactive and live, and each of you will get to bring an issue that you want to see change that you haven't been able to break through a goal. So you get to practice. What else are we going to do? We are going to learn how to bring peace and joy into our life every day. We're going to learn how to gain a hold of our thinking more that generates our feelings and our behaviors and our results. We're going to learn how to use certain tools. We're going to use 3 15 commitments of conscious leadership tools, which are going to be a part of that. You're going to get a free journal / calendar that I developed for you to practice every day in setting your goals and your plans. And then we're going to go live twice a month. So you get to practice. And I'll be here if you have questions. So reach out, guys. This is your one opportunity to do your year differently. Let's start it off together. Let's start it off with curiosity, creativity, joy, fun, instead of, oh my gosh, it's another year and I've got to finally figure this out, because if I don't, I just can't keep going on like this, or this just isn't working. Let's make it work. Let's make it work for you. Let's make it work for your team. Let's make it work for your life. It is possible, guys, because I've shifted my whole life from this striving to be enough, to have enough, to one of peace, one of joy, one of creativity. And I'm always practicing too. I haven't mastered it. The master of consciousness isn't the one that stays conscious all the time, because every 4 seconds we go out of consciousness. We go into the future, which brings us anxiety because the mind can't know what's going to happen. Or we go into the past and we hang on to resentment, anxiety, or resentment or sadness. And so we start to learn, where am I? Am I in the future or am I in the past? And how do I come back to presence? You're going to learn how to use breathing tools, breathing techniques, because our breath, guess what, is always present. We don't have to tell it when to breathe or how to breathe. But when we breathe and just stay with our breath, it actually rewires our nervous system. When we learn to breathing practices, instead of running on adrenaline and cortisol, we start to learn to breathe with this healing that brings serotonin, which is our happy. Serotonin is our happy hormones. We can start to create out of serotonin and happy hormones when we plan our goals. And we start to learn how to shift from getting out of the cortisol-driven adrenaline mode to our happy serotonin modes. We're going to learn that in our practice. So much learning, so much fun. And isn't life all about learning? Instead of right or wrong, isn't it just really about learning, guys? Learning about who you're called to be, who you want to be, who you want to become. So who do you want to become? Who do you want to become this year? Who do you want to become today? How do you want to feel? How do you want to show up for yourself and the people in your world, whether they work for you, whether it's your family, or it's just yourself, most importantly, yourself. So reach out to me again, sign up. We start January 11th. That's 5 days from now, guys, 5 days. Sign up. You're going to have a couple of pre-planning things to look at if you would like to prepare. And then you're going to get a journal calendar that's going to go along with this for you to support you in your journey. And let's try something new. And it's a money back guarantee. If you don't get some new perspective around how to plan differently, how to get a different result for yourself, I'm going to give you your money back. It's only $4.97, and you get to have 8 sessions with me, an hour each. That's a lot of coaching time, group coaching time. Hey guys, it's a special gift I'm giving you. And I work with CEOs, business owners, and their teams all over the world. I've helped transform with their wanting and their willingness to go along with me, thousands of people's lives. These things are not just things I'm just saying to you that are off the cuff. They actually work. These conscious tools have changed my life, and I want to give them to you. I want to share them with you. I want to practice them with you. There's a new schooling that we can learn. It's about how to take conscious awareness around what we're telling ourselves, what we're feeling, how we're behaving, what we're creating, how we create the results we don't want. Our results are always our biggest teacher. If we get a result we don't want, ding, 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 we're in our unconscious state. So we don't have to judge ourselves. We don't have to beat ourselves. We go, oh, I must be asleep at the switch on my habit. What is here for me to learn? What am I telling myself? What is that habitual thought that's got me on auto drive? That's still getting me the safety feature, but not what I most want. How do I break free from that? We call that our hidden barrier in our thinking that keeps us just where we are. We're going to break through those hidden barriers, guys. So bring a result you want to create for yourself in 90 days. By the end of March, what are the results you want? Pick 3. Let's go for it. Let's practice together. Let's have fun. Let's learn. Remember, you are created like no other in all of time, all of history. There's never going to be anyone like you. You're a gift. You are enough because you have breath. Remember, if you haven't read my 3 lanes, right? A lot of you received on LinkedIn. I sent out many of you the 3 lanes: my lane, your lane, and God or the universe's lane. Your responsibility is to stay in your lane. If we go into someone else's lane and want them to change, to think differently, to be differently, good luck, because that's not going to work and we get frustrated. Or if we try to get God or the universe to be different results, if it's not going to snow like it's snowing here, or hurricanes, or whatever it is, we can't change that. There is a greater good, I believe, for all of us, a love for all of us, but we first got to love ourselves. And the way we love ourselves, guys, is to get out of the habit that's keeping us running like this, that's causing us to suffer, that's causing us to have stress. So if you don't have joy and peace in your life, it's because the amygdala is running you. Your negative bias is running you. No blame or shame. It's normal. And I want to give you tools that are going to get you out of that. So you start to feel empowered to create love, joy, peace, abundance for yourself. Okay? So those are the results long-term that I want for you, and short-term. I want you to have a wake up to you, you, not the stuff you can get done. Purpose-filled goals. Finally, achieve the goals you want. Get intentional, get on purpose for yourself. You matter, you first, so that you can serve the world. The more you grow and change for your own love and self-love for yourself, the world needs you right now, guys. You're going to impact the world. So think about the impact you want to bring in 90 days as well, okay? Reach out to me again. So looking forward to being with you on this journey, sending you huge amounts of love. Bye.